Have you ever picked up your phone just to check one quick notification and then suddenly 30 minutes disappear? You promised yourself just 5 minutes, but 5 minutes became 50. You scroll past memes, endless videos, and random stories of people you don't even know, and by the time you realize it, the day has already moved on without you. Why do we do this? Why can't we stop scrolling? This question isn't just about wasting time. It's about our relationship with attention, with control, with the way technology has learned how to play our brains like a violin. So today, we're going to uncover the real reasons you can't put the phone down. We'll mix a little science, a little psychology, some practical examples, and yes, even a bit of humor, because let's be real, we've all been there. But here's the exciting part. Once you understand what's actually happening behind the scenes, why scrolling feels so irresistible, you can finally start to take back control. Not by deleting all your apps, not by throwing your phone into a lake, but by changing the way you see it and use it. Think of this episode like a mirror. I'll hold it up. You'll see yourself, your habits, your little scrolling rituals, and then I'll show you the invisible strings pulling you. Strings you probably didn't even know existed. And if you stick with me until the end, you won't just know why you scroll, you'll also know how to stop being trapped by it, while still enjoying the good parts of the online world. So, let's begin. Scrolling is addictive because it taps into three powerful psychological systems: curiosity, reward, and escape. First, curiosity. Humans are naturally curious. We're explorers. Thousands of years ago, that curiosity kept us alive, finding new food, new shelter, new ways to survive. Today, that curiosity is directed into your phone. Each swipe feels like a new little treasure chest waiting to be opened. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's disappointing, but sometimes it's amazing. And that sometimes is what keeps us coming back. Second, reward. Our brains run on dopamine. Every time you scroll and find something funny, shocking, or surprising, your brain rewards you with a shot of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It's the same system that makes gambling addictive. Imagine pulling the lever on a slot machine. Most of the time, nothing. But occasionally, jackpot. That unpredictability makes it even more addictive. Social media feeds are designed exactly the same way. Third, escape. Life is stressful. Work deadlines, school pressure, relationship drama, loneliness. When we scroll, it's like slipping into another world where the problems of real life don't exist. It's easier to laugh at cat videos or binge short clips than to face anxiety or boredom head-on. And that's the foundation of the trap. Curiosity, reward, escape. But of course, that's only the beginning. Now, let's go a little deeper. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Scrolling isn't your fault. It's engineered. The apps on your phone are designed to keep you hooked, the same way candy is designed to keep you reaching for more. Take infinite scroll, for example. Before 2010, when you visited a website, you had to click next page to keep going. But a clever designer figured out if you remove the stopping point, people keep going. No pause, no break, no signal to stop. Just endless content flowing down. It's not magic, it's design. Then there's the algorithm. Every time you like, watch, or even hesitate for 2 seconds, the algorithm takes notes. It learns your taste better than your best friend. Some people say, my phone is listening to me. But the truth? It doesn't need to. The data you give it with every swipe is more powerful than eavesdropping. It knows what to show you to keep you there. And don't forget notifications. Those little red dots are like whispers. Open me. Something's happening. Don't miss out. Psychologists call this FOMO, the fear of missing out. You think, what if I ignore this and something important happens? So you check.
90% of the time, it's not important, but that 10% keeps you hooked. Now, let's tie this to the science of the brain. When you get a dopamine hit, your brain remembers the path that gave it to you. Scroll, laugh, dopamine. Over time, your brain starts craving it, even when it doesn't deliver. That's why you sometimes scroll for hours without really enjoying it. It's not even fun anymore, but your brain is chasing that next hit. Here's a funny example. Have you ever closed an app only to reopen it again instantly without realizing? That's not you being forgetful. That's your habit loop in action. Your brain says, what if something new appeared in the last 2 seconds? It's ridiculous, but we've all done it. And if you're learning English, Spanish, or any language, this is where things get interesting. Because the very thing that distracts you, the endless content, can also teach you if you flip the perspective. Instead of random videos, imagine curating your feed with content in the language you're learning. Suddenly, scrolling becomes a classroom. Still addictive, but at least productive. But let's pause here. Because even if we understand the science, even if we laugh at our habits, we still scroll. So the real question is, how do we break free?
Let's make this practical. I'll tell you about my friend Alex. Alex works in an office. Every morning he promises himself, today I'll focus. No scrolling until lunch. But then, ding, a notification pops up. He checks it. 5 minutes later, he's deep in a rabbit hole of videos about how penguins propose with pebbles. Cute, yes. Useful? Not so much. By lunch, half the morning is gone. Sound familiar? Here's what Alex tried, and maybe these ideas can help you too. 1. Time boxing. Instead of saying, I won't scroll, he gave himself permission to scroll, but only during specific times. For example, 15 minutes after lunch, 15 minutes before bed. Knowing he had a set time actually reduced the urge to sneak in just a little during work. 2. Replacing the habit. Every time he felt the urge to scroll, he replaced it with something else small and rewarding, like standing up, stretching, or writing a quick note. The key wasn't to punish himself, but to give his brain another path to dopamine. 3. Changing the environment. He moved the apps around on his phone, hid them in folders, and turned off unnecessary notifications. Out of sight, out of mind. It sounds simple, but even a 2-second delay of searching for the app can interrupt the automatic loop. Now let's look at this from another angle. Think about boredom. We hate it, but boredom is actually powerful. It's the space where creativity lives. If you're always scrolling, you never let boredom do its magic. Great ideas often come when your mind wanders. Shower thoughts, long walks, waiting in line. By filling every gap with your phone, you rob yourself of those sparks. And for people trying to change their lives, here's the golden insight. Scrolling isn't just wasting time, it's trading your future for temporary comfort. Harsh, I know, but every hour lost to endless scrolling is an hour not spent on the things you say matter: learning, building, improving. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't about guilt. We all scroll. We all get stuck. The trick is to make scrolling conscious, to use it on your terms, not let it use you. So here's a simple exercise. Next time you open an app, ask yourself, why am I here? If the answer is, I don't know, close it. If the answer is, I want to relax for 10 minutes, fine, set a timer. That small question flips the script from mindless to mindful. So why can't we stop scrolling? Because our brains are wired for curiosity, reward, and escape. Because apps are designed like slot machines. Because habits form faster than we realize. But here's the good news. Once you see the strings, you're not a puppet anymore. You can choose when to scroll, how to scroll, and when to stop. Think of your life as a story. Every day, every hour is a page. Do you want your story filled with endless swipes, or with meaningful chapters you wrote yourself? It's not about deleting your phone. It's about deciding, I control my feed, my time, my attention.
That decision, repeated day after day, is how you slowly change your life for the better. And remember, scrolling itself isn't evil. It can be funny, educational, even inspiring. The problem is when it becomes automatic, when it replaces living with watching. So here's my challenge for you. After this video, don't open another app right away. Sit still for 5 minutes. Notice the urge. Feel it. And remind yourself, you're in charge, not the algorithm. The world outside your screen is still waiting for you. If you found this episode helpful, if you want more daily podcasts that mix motivation, learning, and real talk, make sure to follow this channel. Every day, we'll dig into the little habits, the big questions, the things that shape who we are and who we're becoming. Because at the end of the day, changing your life doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in small choices. One less scroll, one more step forward. And that, my friend, is how you turn the endless scroll into a path worth walking.